So we are waiting for the students. Good afternoon and welcome, Jay. So let us wait for other students and then we'll start this lecture. Welcome, Udit.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Vivek. Good afternoon, Machika, Harsh. Okay, so let us wait for other students and then we'll start this lecture. Good afternoon to all of you. So we will wait for 2 minutes more and start this lecture. Okay, so we can start the lecture now. Hope most of you joined. So good afternoon, first of all, and these are first introduction. So let me introduce myself. I'm Charan Jiji Chauhan, and I'm going to conduct your DMI subject in this semester. Now, uh, I am here with Marwari since last around 4 years, and before that, I was working in a company. I had completed my masters from Nirma and graduation from DVP. So this kind of basic things now. About your introduction, we will have introduction whenever we are going to start our campus physically. And regarding this subject, ma'am has just informed that you are already done with Unit 1 in this DMI subject in theory. In practical, we are done with two practicals. So if you are having any kind of queries or any doubt in Unit 1, and you are free to ask, else we can start with Unit 2. Let me just show you the topics from Unit 1 that you can recall the topics and all. Okay, so these are the topics from Unit 1. Like what is data mining, which kind of task you are performing, what is the importance of data mining, and on what kind of data you can apply data mining techniques, then which kind of patterns you can find by applying mining techniques. Then different kind of functionalities or mining techniques like classification is there, clustering is there, regression is there, association. All this kind of tasks, all this kind of techniques you can apply on data. It is through data mining. And process of knowledge discovery data or databases and current trends, that is steady process. Excuse me, just a minute. I won't be able to speak much today because I'm suffering from throat infection. So sorry for that. So all these are the topics covering Unit 1. So before jumping further in it, is there any kind of queries in this Unit 1? Any doubt, any question? Okay, is it clear now, Jay? Jay, is it clear now? I'm audible, Jay? Is it clear? Input response, Jay. Yes, it is a little bit slow because I won't be able to speak louder today because I'm suffering from throat infection. I'm really very sorry for that. Okay, so my question is, uh, throughout this unit one, anyone, any kind of queries, any doubt? In this unit one, anyone, any doubt? If you are having any doubt, you can mention in the comment box. If you are not having any doubt, you can mention no in the comment box. But let's respond. I'm waiting for a response, all of you. If you are having no queries, you can write down no. If you have any queries, you can mention your query in the comment box. Okay, so no response. I expect no queries from unit one. Everything is clear, so we can move ahead. Now, here unit 2 and 3, these two units are based on information retrieval. And so, data mining and information retrieval, you can divide your syllabus in these two portions, these two parts. Both are relevant somewhere. How, that we'll discuss. So first of all, we are going to complete data mining portion first, that is unit 1. Then we'll jump to unit 4, then 5, 6, 7, and then we will complete this unit 2 and 3. So our next unit will be unit 4, that is about data warehouse. So first of all, you should have clear idea that what is this data mining that you already discussed in unit 1, and what is information retrieval. Now, whenever we are going to deal with data, we are storing it somewhere, and whenever required, we are fetching it. Now, to fetch the data, there are certain methods, techniques are there, certain tools are there. So that is information retrieval. How we can retrieve the information whenever required. So you can correlate your data mining information retrieval in this way that whenever you are doing data, you are going to deal with data mining, you need to store it somewhere whenever required, you need to fetch it. And that is information retrieval. And all the techniques for finding out information from data, that is a data mining. And so you can store data also, you can store information also. So let us say initially you are we all know that we are shifting towards kind of digital era where everything will be based on information and data. And so here, whenever we are going to deal with data, we need to store it somewhere. And data warehouse is a place. Currently, again repeating this point that currently we are having this kind of overview about this unit 4. Right now, we are only discussing overview about this unit 4. We are going to start unit 4 from next lecture. Is my voice clear? Michelle and Jay.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. but I won't be able to speak much louder because I'm suffering from throat infection. Sorry for that. If my voice is breaking or if any kind of voice is there, please inform me. Okay, sir. So currently we are only discussing about the overview of Unit 4, what we are going to learn in Unit 4. And so first of all, in this era, in this world, this kind of digital era, digital world, we all are dealing with data. We all need to store data somewhere. We all need to store information somewhere so that whenever required, we can use it. Fine. So, for example, nowadays, many companies, online shopping websites, online shopping companies like Amazon, Flipkart, Data Click, Azio, these kind of companies are offering some discounts. So whenever they are going to offer this, whenever they are going to run this kind of sales, they are analyzing things, they are processing the data, they are extracting the information, and they will use it in future. And so to deal with different kind of things, we need to store data, we need to store information. So where can we store it? We can store it in data warehouse. Fine. Now here data warehouse and database, these two are also different. How it is different, that also we'll discuss later. So what is the difference between database, data warehouse? What is data warehouse? Which kind of techniques we can apply? All these things we'll discuss later in detail. So again, repeating this point that the data warehouse, database, both the things are different. How different, that we'll discuss later. Fine. So data warehouse is a kind of place where you're going to store all data, all information at somewhere, at some place. Right? So that is about data warehouse. Now, whenever required, whenever you want to perform analysis, whenever you want to apply some kind of new algorithms, you want to fetch some kind of new information, you need to fetch it. You need to fetch data. You need to fetch the information. For that, certain techniques are there. For that, some tools are there. You need to use it. And so we are going to discuss about this kind of tools, this kind of techniques, different kind of operations that you can perform. What's the difference between database, data warehouse, in data warehouse? What will be the architecture? All these things we are going to discuss in this unit 4. And so that is kind of basic things about this unit 4. Now, few things are there. It should be clear. So let us start discussing those few basic points about this data warehouse techniques and tools. Just a minute. Okay, let me share my screen. Because I hope that my screen is visible to all. So we are going to discuss this overview of data warehousing tools and techniques. Concepts are there. All the concepts we're going to discuss. Now, first of all, we are going to discuss few basic things so that you can clearly understand the fundamental of data warehouse. And so, first of all, definition of data warehouse. What is data warehouse? Then we'll discuss the differences also. And so, first of all, let us go through the basic things about data warehouse. About this data warehouse, we'll discuss the definition first. So, it can be asked in exam about the definition of data warehouse. Now, before going for this definition, just in simple word, what is data warehouse? Data warehouse is a kind of place where you are going to keep or we are going to store all possible data, starting from beginning to end. For example, you have started your firm in, let's say, 2005. Currently, we are in 2021. Now, all the kind of possible data that you're going to store at single place, all data from beginning. You're not going to remove anything from that particular place. That is a data warehouse. In database, what will happen? In database, we are going to store only current or recent data, like data of last 3 months, last 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. And so you are going to only keep recent data in database. But here in data warehouse, you're going to store all possible data starting from beginning. This is a kind of data warehouse in simple words. Now we will go with definition term by term. So uh, we can define this data warehouse in so many different ways, but few things are common. And so a decision support database that is maintained separately from automation operation database. So for example, uh, to perform different operations like payments are there, then maintaining different stocks. So operational database is a different thing. This data warehouse is also a different thing. And so for support database. If you are going to take any certain decision, that for example currently you are facing some loss or you are in profit, so if you want to launch a product, whether you want to uh, improve anything, whether you want to add something, remove something, or whenever you are going to change your business strategies, what will be the effect? So whether you will be in profit, you will be in loss or not, whether it will work, whether it will be beneficial for your firm. So it is kind of decision support, right? So to support any decision, you can perform analysis on your data. So for decision support database, which is going to maintain separately from organization's operational database. In operational database, you're only going to keep the data which is going to support operations, regular routine operations. Whereas in decision support database, you're going to keep all the possible data. Now, second point, support information processing by providing a solid platform of consolidated historical data for analysis. So whenever you are changing your business strategies or changing your, let us say, some features, or providing or introducing new product, so what will be the, whether you should go with that change or not? Right? So it's kind of support. So support information processing by providing a solid platform. You need to have a platform where you can do this kind of analysis, where you can find all the possible data from that particular place. And that is called historical data. Now, for example, if you started your firm in 2005 or 2000, and currently whichever operations you're going to perform or whichever operations are going on regarding stocks, regarding payments, it will be stored under operational data. But all the data starting from beginning, it is 2005 or 2000, that is your historical data. And so your historical data, which will have all the possible information regarding everything. And so that particular place, that particular thing is your data warehouse. And that is for providing kind of decision support, or that is going to support your information processing. Right? So what you can do with that, you can simply fetch the data, you can perform analysis, and you can come up with kind of result and which can support your decision. One famous example I will keep giving you in many topics. It is about stock market. For example, one firm is there which is which is facing, it is a lifetime high value today, for example. So whether it's going to keep going up and up, or whether it will going down. Right? So whether it will go up or whether it will go down. So if you want to do this kind of analysis, you need to have historical data. You can also provide some kind of reviews based on past 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year performance. But if you want to have kind of let us say decision, if you want to take certain decision, or let us say one firm is there which is in loss or profit, and they want to take certain decision. To take this kind of decision, they need to analyze the data from the beginning. They need to consider historical data, not the current data. And so for this kind of analysis, you need to have the data, and that you can store in data warehouse. So one difference you can simply come up with based on these points is database is going to store current data, whereas your data warehouse is used to store historical data. It's the most common difference between database data warehouse. By now, the definition about the definition. Data warehouse is subject oriented. What is subject oriented? What is the meaning of all these things? All the things we'll discuss in detail later. Currently, let's go through the definition only. So data warehouse is subject oriented, integrated, time variant, and non-volatile collection of data in support of management's decision making process. All the companies are having management. Management's task is to take certain decisions. Now, on what basis they can take certain decisions? Whether that decision is going to affect correctly, effectively or not. Whether management should implement that new change, that decision or not. For that, they need to have support of data, support of analysis. And that is possible by considering the historical data and that you're going to store in data warehouse. And so you can simply say that data warehouse, subject oriented, integrated, time variant, and non volatile collection of data. And that kind of data which is oriented, that kind of data which is integrated, time variant, and non volatile, that is used to support management's decision making process. And this definition is by W.H. Lemon. And in other words, data warehousing is a kind of process of constructing and using data warehouses. For example, if you are starting your firm now and your plan is to run that business for long time, then you need to have the data warehouse first. You need to keep storing all the data starting from the beginning. And so data warehousing is a kind of process of constructing data warehouse as well as using it. And it will be used, again, from the definition, you can say that it can be used to support management's decision making process. Decision can be anything. And so that is about kind of basic things about data warehouse. Fine, and now we are going to discuss all these individual points that we have discussed, which are the part of definition. That is subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non-variant. What is this subject oriented? What is integrated? What is time variant? What is non-variant? All these points we'll discuss. Fine, so let us go down. First of all, we are going to cover subject oriented. So basics. What is subject oriented? So whenever we are going to store the data, keep it with respect to different subjects. For example, currently you are studying in 7th semester and you have been learning different subjects. And so university is going to decide that which subjects they are going to include and what will be the content and different things. Same way, whenever you're going to store data in a particular place, that is data warehouse, at the time you are going to store that data with respect to different subjects. Fine. So to bifurcate different things, different kind of data information with respect to subject. That's why it is called subject oriented. And which kind of subjects you can consider? So, for example, different companies are there, and they can have companies can have customers, companies can have products, companies can have sales, HR department, about there is the different departments. So these can be considered as subjects. And so, for example, if you are considering customer as a subject, so all the data information regarding customer you find under that subject, then product, then sales, department, and other things. Right. So here we are going to focus on modeling and analysis on data for different decision makers, and decision makers can be management, and not it is not based on daily operations or transactions. Right. So whenever you're going to store data, whenever you're going to create or construct data warehouse, whenever you're going to use it, you are going to focus on different kind of subjects, and we are going to focus on modeling and of data for decision maker. So here decision maker will be kind of center point. Decision maker is there, which is going to take certain decisions. On what basis he or she can take decision, and that is possible with respect to different subjects. So here focusing on different daily operations, daily transactions, but you're going to focus on subjects, and that is why you are doing this in the definition itself. That data warehouse is subject oriented. Now we are also going to provide a simple and concise view around particular subject, and for different subject but issues by including or excluding, not including, sorry, excluding data that are not useful in the decision support process. So whichever data is relevant for decision making, we are not going to include that data in data warehouse. And so you are only going to keep or going to store that data that will be helpful, that will be relevant for decision making or decision support process. That data which is not useful for any decision making, that we are not going to include. So that will be excluded. And so you are consider those subjects which are useful. And under that subject also, you are only going to store that data which is useful for decision making process or decision support process. That was the first term, subject oriented. Now we are going to discuss this integrated. Okay, in integrated, in simple terms, what is integrated? Integrated means you are going to collect data from multiple sources, multiple places, and you're going to keep it at a single place. That's why it is integrated. For example, companies having multiple branches in different countries, or in same country, different states, or in same state, different cities, and you for daily routine operations and the things, you are dividing data, or you are distributing that data at different kind of databases. So maybe possible that you are going to store your data locally at local branches, but if you want to use the concept of data warehouse, then you need to merge, you need to integrate that data which is stored at different places at a single place, and that would be your data warehouse. Fine, so you can simply say that it is not distributed. Data warehouse is not distributed, it is integrated. So few points, it is constructed by integrating multiple heterogeneous data sources. So maybe possible that the company is right now in Gujarat, branch is located in, let us say, Maharashtra, and I want to store data in data warehouse. So I need to integrate the data. Maybe possible that the data is not having common format, or it is also having multi type of different data. For example, it is having text, it is having audio, it is having video, it is having images also. Right? So it is having integrate. It is a kind of For that, data warehouses can be constructed by integrating multiple heterogeneous type of data sources. Like you can integrate data from relational database, you can integrate the data from flat files, online transaction records, and all these things. Fine. And whenever you are going to integrate data from multiple places, you need to perform data cleaning, you need to perform data integration techniques before integrating or before storing it at a single place. And so this task is must. And that data, what is data cleaning, what is data integration and all. Data integration is that is simple. You're going to integrate or combine data. For example, you are having multiple tables, you are having multiple branches, you're going to integrate it. You can integrate it using primary key for any kind of instance. And that you already studied in your database subject. What is data cleaning? That we'll learn in practical. And so having different type of multiple data and heterogeneous data also, and you want to store it in a single place. So whenever you're going to store it, you need to perform data cleaning integration, and then you're going to store it at a single place. Fine. If you're going to apply data cleaning and data integration for storing a data warehouse, what will be the benefit? Benefit will be you can ensure consistency of naming conventions and encoding structures, different activities to include this kind of things. And when you're going to move data from different databases, flat files, and other places to data warehouse, at the time it is going to convert. It is going to be converted. And for example, currently your one branch is India, one branch is in, let us say, US. So whenever you're going to integrate data from multiple sources, you need to convert it also. For example, currency is there, or price or rate. In US it is in dollar, in India it is in rupees. So whenever you're going to integrate it at a single place, you need to convert it also. Right? So that's why these are things that you need to keep in mind while integrating the data. Right? So it is integrated. Data warehouse is integrated because you are merging or integrating, combining different data from multiple places. And that's why it is called integrated. Time variant. As we have discussed that it is kind of historical data. Right? So as time is going to pass, data will be also updated. The size of your data warehouse will keep increasing. Right? So it is a kind of clear difference mentioned here that operational data, it is only going to store current value data. But in data warehouse, you're going to store historical data. And as time goes on, it will also be updated. And so every key structure in data warehouse, you need to consider these 2 points. First point, it contains an element of time. We are also going to include the element of time explicitly or implicitly, so that we can know that on what year, what time we have recorded that data. So that whenever you want to perform an analysis based on time, we can easily do that. But the key operation of data may or may not contain time element. So any operational data, for example, in routine daily tasks, we are performing so many operations. Maybe possible that time is not relevant for that kind of current data or operational data, but for data warehouse it is important. So we need to keep that element of time explicitly or implicitly if we want to use the data warehouse. If we don't want to include data warehouse, that is fine. So that is why it is time variant, non-volatile. Now, here non-volatile is simply representing the kind of nature of data warehouse also, that a physically separate store of data transformed from one operational from the operational environment. So for example, what we are doing, we are in daily routine tasks, we are storing the data in operational databases, and we are transforming the data from operational environment and we are storing it in data warehouse. So operation of data does not occur in data warehouse environment. So in short, in brief, we can say that we are not going to use this data warehouse frequently. Not use, but we are not going to update data frequently. Update in data won't be frequent, will not be frequent in case of data warehouse. If you're going to consider database, then maybe possible that daily or in every second data can be updated in the case of database. But in the case of data warehouse, we are not going to update data more frequently. And so data won't be updated more frequently in case of data warehouse. That's why it is non-volatile. And so does not require transitional processing, recovery, concurrency control mechanisms for data warehouse. Here it requires only two operations in data accessing. So in short, we can say that we are only going to access the data. We are going to perform some operation and we are going to come up with some results, some decisions. And so here we are going to initially load the data, that is the first operation, second of data. So these two operations are common in the case of data warehouse. We are not going to delete anything, right? We are not going to remove anything. And we can simply say that update won't be frequent. Whereas in database it is very frequent. We all are making payments within 5 minutes, or let us say in daily routine, we are making payments so many times. So banks are updating their operational data at every second or every milli microseconds. Whereas in the case of data warehouse, we are not going to keep updating the data warehouse. And so these are the four keywords for this data warehouse. Oriented, integrated, time variant, and non-volatile. That is about the definition. Now about the differences between data warehouse, database, all these things we'll discuss in the next lecture. That's it for today's lecture. Anybody any doubt till now? If no, then please at least respond in the comment box with no. If yes, then you can mention your question. Anybody, any kind of question, any doubt? Thank you so much, Harsh, for the response. Anyone else? All of you, please at least respond with no if you are not having any query. Else, please mention your question in the comment box, or you can unmute yourself also. Thank you so much, Pushpu, for the response. Thank you so much, Email. Great. And so I hope that there is no questions. And so we can wind up this lecture now. And in next lecture, we are going to discuss the difference between database, data warehouse. And we are going to also see the difference between the operations which are performed in database data warehouse. And if we want to store data in data warehouse, then how will be the structure? We all know that if you want to store the data in database, then we need to create the tables and all. But if you want to store the data in data warehouse, then how is it possible? Which kind of format is required? And so we all have studied in DBM database subject different kind of ER diagrams and other kind of diagrams for creating database. Uh, we'll also see that which kind of diagrams are used if you want to create data warehouse. And so what is the process of creating data warehouse? That we'll discuss in the next lecture. And so that's it for today's lecture. I hope there is no queries. And if you have any kind of suggestion, feel free to give any time without any kind of hesitation. I'm sorry, my voice was a little bit low today. Fine, so thank you so much. And for attendance, please mention your full enrollment number without any prefix or in the comment box. For attendance, please mention your full enrollment number in the comment box without any prefix postfix. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Stay healthy.